What's up, guys? We're switching things up today. We're in the FIA F4 on iRacing at Sonoma Raceway. I'm going to show you my fast lap and then I'll break it down for you. I hope you guys enjoy. So this week I've been racing the F4 at Sonoma, and I've been trying to look for a track guide, but I haven't been able to find one, so I figured I'd make one for you guys. I know that my lap isn't perfect, but I hope that this helps you guys. And with that, let's jump straight into it. So coming down the front straight at Sonoma, I like to be more middle track than up against the wall, just because I feel like the car doesn't naturally push out that way, and you can cut distance by kind of staying in the middle. So then going into turn one, I brake about here, and it's only to like 40% brake pressure since you're already going up a hill, so you're losing speed that way. You want to get the car set up as left as possible to make the next turn a later apex, and then you want to start rolling onto the power when the wheel is straightening out. It's a pretty tricky turn, so you definitely want to play with it a little bit, but definitely don't whack the gas because you will spin. And now coming into this turn, you want to have your eyes all the way up, looking over the hill, and you want to be lifting off the throttle as you're turning the car in to about 50%. Once you get the car turned in, you can roll on the power a little bit, but not all the way, because the next turn, you'll need to lift a little bit more and then get back on the throttle once you get over the curbing. You'll see here that I bounce over the curbing. You don't need to take that much curbing. It should be smooth. Coming out of that turn, you want to let the car push all the way out using all the curbing available. From there, you want to start braking at around the end of the curbing to about 80% brake pressure, and then releasing and trail braking off into the turn. Once you get the car turned in, a little before you start unwinding the wheel, you can add a little bit of gas, rolling it in, and then using all the curbing on the exit. You don't want to use too much apex curbing as it'll unsettle the car, just a little bit. I like to keep it nice and tight through this turn, as the next turn's a left-hander, so you'd have to get all the way back over to the right anyways. Setting up for this wider radius downhill left-hander, you want to start turning the car in at about here, where you can see the flag station on the right side. Once you start turning the car in, you want to get all the way off throttle, and when you get down to the apex, you want to downshift into fourth gear. As you can see, I like to take an early apex, and once you get the car all the way down, you want to start rolling onto the power. There's curbing up ahead. I don't really hit the curbing, I miss it, and I track all the way out, using as much exit curbing as you can. You guys can definitely get closer than I did to the apex. Entering down to the tightest turn on the track. It's arguably one of the most important turns, as when you get on the gas, you're on it for a good bit after. After testing with some different lines, braking all the way to the left side of the track did seem to be the fastest. There aren't really many good braking markers out here, but you do want to brake as late as possible looking at the apex, as that will tell you when to start braking the best. I start my braking right around here, and you want to threshold brake, so that's braking right before you hit ABS or the tires lock up. I like to aim for a later apex going into the turn, as I can get on the gas before I even start unwinding the wheel. As you can see, you're able to use all this runoff and it's not off track, and from here you're flat on the gas all the way until the next braking zone up ahead. I start my braking roundabout here, as over to the left as I can be, and I'd say aim for before the porta potty. That's a pretty good reference. Nothing beats your eyes actually looking at the apex to tell you when to start braking, so always do that if you can. You want to be threshold braking here again, trail braking off as you turn the car in, and you want to use all the first apex and all the second apex too. The amount of curbing I take for that second turn is good, but you guys can definitely take more curbing than me. Coming into the last turn, after this little bump, when the car settles out, you want to threshold brake. You want to take an early apex and trail off the brakes. And then once the car's settled, you can get on the gas, but really roll onto it, as there's a lot of bumps, so it really upsets the car. And with that, that concludes our time of a 1:30.892. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments down below what I can do better. This is my first time doing one of these track guides, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And please hit the subscribe button, and thank you guys all for watching.